Hey guys, welcome back. It's Kamil, and today I'm at the Oak Lawn Center with Aumbio, and tonight we're having a really cool video. We're talking about the craziest stories people have told us over the past 30 years Aumbio has been around. And these stories aren't about what happens here. These stories are about what people actually live through before they even walk through an Aumbio door. And trust me, some of them are very interesting. Our first story is we had a woman come in and she had struggles with fertility for many years. Through her own medical process, she eventually learned she had issues connected to her kidneys. She didn't come to Aumbio for fertility help. She came because everything she's been through made her curious about wellness from a different angle. One of our craziest stories is the next one. We had a 35-year-old man who had no saliva in his mouth for 9 months. He told us that he went to 20 doctors, had great insurance, did every test, and still had no explanation. And the best part was he didn't find us through a clinic or recommendation. He learned about us from a car wash lady, and he was frustrated and curious, and that's actually what brought him into Aumbio. Then we had a family who was almost heartbroken. We had a dog who had been peeing blood for over a year. They said the vet run out of all the options and suggested putting the dog down. They weren't ready for that. They just wanted to explore anything that felt supportive for their puppy, and they came into Aumbio. Our next story, we had a woman who dealt with intense hot flashes every night for 7 years. She went to bed fully dressed, woke up naked and wet. She doesn't remember taking off her clothes middle of the night, and she came to Aumbio exhausted, simply looking for a different kind of environment to be heard. Our next story is about an 8-year-old kiddo. He had been on antibiotics for a full year, pink eye, infections, sniffles, cough, always something every single day. He was barely going to school, only once every 2 weeks, and they were just looking for a new way to support his overall wellness. Our next story is about a woman. She had 40 tumors in her spine. She said she felt like 40 knives were stabbing her constantly, and she was even on very heavy medication for about 10 years. When she came in, she said, "I'm not expecting much. I just want to sleep at night," and that level of honesty really stayed with me. And then there was a woman who had panic attacks 6 to 8 times a day for 10 years, and she tried everything: medication, meditation, diet, exercise. She even moved from another state. She thought maybe something in environment was the issue. She came to Aumbio looking for something that felt different from everything else that she had tried. And these stories aren't about what Aumbio does. They're about the people who walk through our doors. People who live through these intense situations, searching everywhere for answers. Sometimes they just need a place to come, to pause, breathe, and be heard. And here at Aumbio, we don't treat or diagnose. We create a space, and sometimes that space becomes part of their larger story in their life.